When I bring up the topic of a hill session or hill training, what do you think of? Typically, we think hill sprints, hill repeats, whatever you want to call it. Those sessions can be a bit, boring and repetitive. Hard and productive, yes, but still boring. So today, we're going to mix it up. We're going to do some hill training with a difference. So keep watching to find out what that workout is. Do you include hill training in your workouts? If you do, please drop a comment below and let us know what you do and why you do it. So what does the workout structure look like, and how do we go about delivering that to our students in the way that they should aim at performing in the workout? The workout structure went like this: 4 uphill repeats and 3 downhill repeats. The uphill repeats were increasing distances of 350 meters for the first rep, second rep 450, third 550, and the final uphill rep was 700 meters. Between each of those repetitions, it was a walk/jog recovery back down to the bottom of the hill where they started. The 3 downhill reps reduced that to about 150 meters, and as a bit of an introduction for our squad to downhill running and the form and pace and effort that you want on downhill running. So reduce that to 150 meters and then concentrate on really coaching their technique and pace. Speed hill repeats and hill sprints definitely have their place in your training, especially for developing speed and power in your running because of the musculature that's required for hill sprints and hill repeats in those short bursts. In our young squad, we have triathletes and aquathletes that have events coming up soon on their calendar. And in around 10 weeks time on the Australian school calendar, at least here in Queensland, all of our students will also be running their cross country at their respective schools. So we need to prepare them not for short bursts of speed and power on the hills. We need to coach them and train them in developing endurance for the hills. That could be a game changer in their training. The way that I put it to the students was that we are training their hill legs. The rationale behind increasing each rep on the uphill was in order to not only build that hill endurance into them, but actually challenge that hill endurance in them so their body was going to be able to adapt to that kind of stimulus. On the uphill efforts, what required of the students was them to be able to run as hard as they could, but still be able to run the whole length or duration of the hill until they hit the end of that rep. When it came to the gradient of the hill, what we considered was that they encounter a gradient or an incline on the hill that they're either going to encounter or more on the events that they'll be participating in order to develop the endurance and the running legs, the hill legs that they're going to need to be able to sustain their effort and pace to do their best and perform to their best on the day. If that meant slowing down so they could find a pace or effort so they could sustain their running for the whole length of that rep, then so be it. That's fine. We're developing that hill endurance. On the downhill repetitions, we're coaching the kids about having a kind of semi-relaxed upper body. You want to keep your torso upright, maybe even slightly forward. If you bring it too far back or you're keeping your stride length too short, you're going to be banging your heels and putting extra impact and stress on your joints like your ankles, your knees and your hips. So you want to relax on the downhill, let the hill and the gravity carry you, and relax your upper body a bit and just really enjoy the downhill run and put some pace into it. I've even been in events like 10K, a half marathon, where I'm overtaking just a whole bunch of people because they don't understand technique and form and way to run downhill. We found that finishing with downhill reps was just a fun, engaging way for the students to finish the hill training workout because, hey, what child doesn't like just going hard running downhill? Obviously we're running on gravel, so we wanted them to keep their balance and stuff, but it was just a fun and not as a taxing way to finish the run as if they were still doing the uphill repeats. Every session that we've done with the students, after their warm-up and drills, and we surprise them with the workout of the day, we always explain to the students the rationale and the purpose behind the training session that we're doing that day. What system or what kind of physiological system for running that we're working and we're providing the stimulus today, how that works, how it's going to improve their running. Today was no different. And what we found when the students understand that, no matter how hard the session might be, they understand the rationale behind it, they understand the purpose behind it, and we've never failed to get effort and commitment from the students in our sessions because they understand why they're doing it and how they're going to benefit from it. And today was no different. Do we love hills?
No.
Do we love hills?
No.
Oh, did I hear a yes?
At least one.
Okay, Harry, why do we love hills? Because they make you
Strong.
and if this video is helpful to you, please hit that like button. For more running workouts, check out this playlist. Because it was our last session, us teachers go back to school next week. Cupcakes that were kindly and generously baked by my co-coach, Amy.